Victims of sexual violence in the 2007-2008 post-poll chaos are demanding acknowledgement and compensation from government for damages suffered during the chaos. Speaking during the release of the Kenya study on opportunities for compensation for survivors of conflict-related sexual violence, survivors of sexual violence say that it is now 15 years since the post-poll chaos, and yet justice for them remains elusive.
Between 2007 December and 2008 January, the post-election violence in Kenya resulted in the deaths of an estimated 1,200 people. Hundreds others were sexually assaulted.
Akimbisha huyu mtoto wangu upande ingine na mimi upande huu. Huyu msichana wangu alisikwa, akafanyiwa matambi na tena akararuliwa manguo. Ulize umekuwa aje? Wanipiga, wakanirarulia nguo. Kuja hivi kama uji. Na mimi nikamwambia na mimi pia.
15 years later, survivors say their needs range from medical support, psychological support, legal services and economic support are yet to be met.
Kwetu pale nizaliwa ni Siaya. Nilipata kama udongo already walishapeana kwa sababu maisha yangu zote nilikuwa nimeweka Naivasha fasi nilikuwa naishi. Sasa imebidi mimi niende niishi Busia, Kenya, ili nipate jinsi naweza ishi. Sasa venye sijapata venye naweza ishi, imefanya nitatengana na familia yangu, wanaishi mbali na mimi naishi mbali.
A report on opportunities for reparations released on Monday through the support of the Global Survivors Fund found that none of the survivors have received any form of justice for crimes suffered during that period.
Talked about it like it had just happened yesterday. The details of what happened, the slamming of the door, the screaming that went on, it was just profound, but it also made us realize one thing. It is so difficult to be able to move when nobody gives you the opportunity for closure.
Employing survivor-centered approaches in handling these cases so that it's done in a very sensitive manner. And just as non-repetition is important for prevention, so is accountability. So that it's only by holding accountable perpetrators that we can actually break these cycles of violence.
During his 2023-2024 budget presentation, CS Treasury Njuguna Ndongo proposed 245 million shillings towards strengthening prevention and response of gender-based violence and a further 3.5 billion shillings for the National Government Affirmative Action. Part of this monies, the Nairobi Women Representative Esther Pasari says, should go into reparations.
Because we've been saying we need more money on SGBV. So for me, I think from that budget of sexual gender-based violence, we can start reparation. We don't have to wait.
For justice to be realized, the report recommends that the Office of the Attorney General and the Department of Justice addresses impunity by investigating and prosecuting conflict-related sexual violence crimes. The President to officially and specifically recognize the status of survivors of conflict-related sexual violence. Government to take immediate action to publish the full TJRC report, and the Ministry of Public Service to create a task force which will include survivors to onboard delivery partners. The report was launched as the country joined the world in marking International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict. Caroline Kamar reporting for Prime Edition.